Hello everybody, this is my Mermail Atlantean deck profile post Blazing Dominion. So I've been playing Mermail on and off since 2014. It's been one of my most favorite decks of all time. I remember getting the deck back in 2014 when it was like Dragon Ruler, Shaddoll, Mermail, and Spellbooks were the top meta decks, and then Necros came into the picture and messed everything up. But yeah, this is my Mermail Atlantean deck profile. I know, like, most people know that the deck got new support last year, so the deck is doing pretty well. We know that the barrier statue got banned, and that kind of changed the decks, the way it plays, because your inboard would always end on the barrier statue in some way, some form. But even though it got banned, there's other cards that you can kind of substitute, and then the deck still kind of plays similar to how it does. But right now I'm going to get into the deck profile, so I'll start off with the main deck. I'm not going to explain the cards too much. Again, maybe with my Lunalight deck profile, like I said in there, I can do a combo video and explain the cards more in depth there. So I'll start off with 3 Mermail Abystius. This is one of the best starters in the deck. I'll explain some cards. So you dump a water monster for cost to special summon this, and then when this card is no more special summoned, you can add 1 level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. I play 3 Mermail Abyss Shadow Squad. This card, when it's dumped for cost, you can special summon an Atlantean from your deck. Usually you'll summon Neptibus with this card. And then you can module regulate the field to level 7s using this card. I play 3 Abyss Shrine. This is the card that you'll summon the big fish from the deck, which I'll get into later. Usually you'll use this in a Neptibus to do it. Speaking of Neptibus, we run 3 Neptibus. This is the heart and soul of this deck. I remember when this card came out in what was it, Breakers of Shadows, and it changed how the deck played, because it's such a powerful card, being able to dump for cost and add an Atlantean from deck. So you're basically gonna usually dump Dragoons, right? Speaking of Dragoons, we play 3 Dragoons here. So this is the card that you usually dump off Neptibus, and then you'll trigger the Dragoons, right? And you'll add any Sea Serpent from deck. And this card's not once returned, which makes it even crazier, right? So that's it for that section. We play 3 Storming Atlantean. Oops. 3 Storming Atlantean. So this card is also one of the new support cards that came out last year. It is a really good card going second, being able to break boards and all that stuff. So it's definitely, you could play it at 2, but I think 3 is a good number to play in this deck. And then we play the 1 in heavy infantry. So usually once you play your turn out, you'll have this in your hand, right? Or you can send it off Storming Atlantean to pop a face-up card. I don't main deck Marksman or even side it, because there's other cards, especially in the side deck, that you'd rather have for spell and trap removal, right? So let's get into some of the other cards. We run 2 First Penguin. This card is also new support, so if you control the monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, treat it as a tuner, and then you can reveal a water synchro monster in your extra deck, and then add 1 monster from your deck with 1 level lower, but the same like attribute or type as it, right? So usually, I'll get into it later, but usually you do like Gradle Dragon Atteus, but I'll get into it later. It's a really good starter, right? But it's not good enough to run at 3 in my opinion. So moving on, I play the fish package. So we run the 1, what is this guy's name? Deep Sea King Coelacanth, right? We run the 1 Coelacanth. It's a handful name. We run the 1 Griefus, 1 Butterfly Fish, and then we run 2 Pike, right? So we don't want to see these cards in opening hand. We usually just want to summon them off of, what is his name? Coelacanth. I always forget his name. You just call him Big Fish. We want to summon it off the big fish, right? You want to summon the smaller fish off the big fish dude, right? So we run the 5 fishies. We won the 1 Minstrel. This card is the most toxic card of the bunch, right? Being able to look at your opponent's hand and rip a card out of it till the end phase. So you can hit like a Droll, you can hit an Impulse, you can hit anything else, right? And then we play another toxic card, the, what is this? Testudo Eren Newman, right? What a name, right? So we run this card. This card is basically the equivalent of the barrier statue. It's not as good. Here, I'll read its effect to you. Need to play can special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. So I think that speaks for what this card can do, right? It's not as toxic as the barrier statue, but it's a pretty toxic card. And then, oh, we got another toxic card, Moulin Glacier, right? We all know what this card does. When it's normal special summon, rip 2 cards from your opponent's hand at random. That's all, right? And then you summon it. You summon it when you have exactly 5 water monsters in your graveyard. What you're gonna do going first every time, right? So that's it for like the engine cards. Now it's time for some non-engine. We run 3 Fuelos, 3 Ash Blossom, and then 2 Droll and Lockbird. I don't main deck Perulia. I don't think Perulia is this good this format. But definitely these hand traps I feel like are mandatory in Mermail. A deck where you can play a lot of, you can probably play a good 15 to 18 non-engine cards in Mermail Atlantean. Moving on, we run 1 Called by the Grave, 3 Droplet, which I think is like the best board breaker this format, being able to, let your opponent make their board and being able to like activate a card, right? And then let's say they chain something, right? And then you could chain Droplet, send that monster, right? Then negate something, and then you could send something else from your hand. Like Droplet, I feel like is a mandatory 3 of this form. And then the last card, 3 Dominus Impulse. So this deck is a water-based deck, so it can play Impulse, perfectly, right? You don't got to worry about none of your cards. You got to you got to worry about Droll and Lockbird and Fua, right? But you'll resolve those cards before you resolve an Impulse if you have it in your if you have both in your opening hand. So that's the main deck. That's, 44 cards. Put over here. Extra deck. So we won the run Deep Sea Repertoire or Repertoire. I'm not good with names. But this card you'll usually add off, or you'll reveal this off first Penguin, and you'll add Deep Sea, or you'll add Atlantean Dragoons off of it. We run the 1 Deep Sea Prima Donna. This is the card that you'll summon the Testudo, Aron Newman, whatever guy off of, the new barrier statue off of with. We run 1 White Ormonoceros. We won the 1 Gradle Dragon. So this is the card you'll reveal first Penguin, and you'll add Mermail Abystius off of. We run 1 Dragite, 1 Tritula. So you'll usually summon this in the combo and rip another card, right? So usually you're ripping 4 cards, right? We run 1 of the Supremes, or what is this guy's name? These guys got such long names. 1 Sword Soul, Supreme Sovereign Chin Yang, right? You don't summon him as much, but he's just there just in case. We run the 1, it's another name, right? Ravenous Crocodile Arcteus, right? A big fish guy, right? So you just summon these. I don't know why these guys got all these long, weird names, but this guy here is basically a card that, let's say you don't want to go for Trish in some random way, right? You'll go for this guy, draw 2. Usually you'll draw 2, and then you can discard 2 to pop that many cards on the field. Pretty good card. You'd rather summon Trish, but it's still there. Xyz, we run the Virtue Dragon. So this is a card usually you'll add Neptibus in your combo back to your hand to be able to discard off the Bistrite, and then usually you want to summon Poseidra from your graveyard with the Neptibus. We run 1 of this girl. We run the OG Mermail Abyss Gaios. We run 1 of the most custom cards in this game. We talk about Lunalight Liger Dancer, but this card is pretty dang custom, being able to do what it does. If you don't know what this card does, look it up. It's really good what it does. That's it for the Xyz. And then we're going to the links. 1 Haggard Lizardos, 1 Mermail King Neptibus, and then 1 Marinthus Coral Enemy. Right, so they're just pretty good links. This card, Haggard Lizardos, you just want to summon this off of whatever, you use as link material just so you can clear up zones and get a draw, right? Coral Enemy, you want to summon back something from the graveyard to keep comboing. And then this is an inboard piece to make it so your water monsters can't be targeted by card effects. So that's it for the extra deck. Onto the side deck, we run 3 Lava Golems. So Lava Golem, you special summon it to your opponent's field by attributing 2 monsters. You can help break boards. Speaking of more board breakers, anti-magic arrows. So if you're playing someone who's run like Sky Striker, go to the battle phase, anti-magic arrows, and just destroy their board, right? And then hopefully you'll set up enough good a board to where these can't play on their turn. They'll pass over to you and you'll win. We play some more board breakers. So Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm. I have a lot of Cool Tune at my local, so I main or side 3 soundproof for Cool Tune, and then I run 1 Triple Tactics Talent, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. So I main deck 3 Fuelos, right? So it's only fitting that I side these 3 cards in going first, right? Let's say if I'm playing Cool Tune, I'll side in the 3 Soundproof, or I'll find something else to side out. But if I'm going first, right, you always want to have 3 cards to side in going first. So these would be the 3 cards I would side in going first. So that is the deck profile. The main, again, is 44 cards, and the side and main is 15 cards each. So that is the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll be glad to answer it. And I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, and I'll be posting more deck profiles in the future. Thank you.